Hi everybody, my name is Mark and I've just completed the install the S&B particle separator on my Razor 900. It just came out last week after other models been out for a while. Maybe there's also some deals on. Here's a view of the back of the unit mounted up. As you can see, I have a rack on top of my machine, so I chose to put it underneath the rack, and tubing goes along the side here, strapped to the roll bar, and now it goes down into the airbox chamber. That's the air filter, and this is the old part here. I kind of set it in the back of the box like it was when it was installed. So that whole piece comes out and is replaced with the new part. It's a molded black ABS type material, molded tubing that's specially designed to go in here. You can see on the top of the airbox area, there's a cutout where it comes out. So they give you a nice tool to cut it out, hole saw, and collar, very nice. Couple clamps to hold it, and then they give you these Velcro straps to strap it down to your roll bar. So here's the unit from the inside here. Looks like it got a lot of backlight. There's a unit from the inside. Just come around front here. Let's see if I can get a little better picture of it. You can see the clamps. You can see how the clamps I hung on the rack, and they provide a pretty adjustable assembly to set it up. The other thing that I found that was interesting was they provided a very long electrical harness, and I'll take a picture of it here. Very long electrical harness with a relay, and here it is. Here I just wrapped it up. It's very nice. Their process provides for it to be getting your power from both the battery, obviously, that's fused, and also from the tail light. They give you two long wires, one for the separator itself and one that goes down your tail light. I chose to just use one of them. The wire comes here. There's a plug up here, and I routed it simply along my roll cage, just on the inside edge here. Wire tie, another wire tie, brought it down inside the frame here, a wire tie, and then down here, and then through the little cutout hole down here at the bottom. Now I happen to have a two-way radio set up on mine, so there's antenna cable already going through here, so I couldn't add a new wire. But if you don't have anything in here, there's holes back up inside here. You can string the wire through the holes and all the way out down through the bottom here, and then it would be incognito that way. So that's the power line that goes from the separator over here to the relay. And I think all the machines have the setup here, where the left side here is your accessory line. This one is empty, and what I did was I grounded this one, and I use all this for grounds. And I have lights and radios and stuff, so now it's a grounding post for thing. And then on the right side is the battery line, and what I did was I put a heavy-duty wire from my winch to that post to run all my accessories. So essentially, the relay's here. I run the relay sense wire that would have run to the lights, to the tail lights here. So when you turn the key on, it's on. Ground, and then the battery line. So I had to just simply cut back the cable. I had lots of extra cable. Here's a good look at the cable that they provide. Pretty nice stuff. My only complaint is that while they dress up the ends very nicely, you're going to have extra wire. You're going to have to clump it up one way or the other, unless you're willing to cut it and splice, etc. But that's pretty nice. Let me turn the machine on real quick here, and then you can hear what it sounds like. Have to get in and step on the brake. So my phone is right here next to my head, and you can hear it running in the background. And I'm going to turn off the machine now, and you can hear the fan running. It's still on right now because the timer that runs electronics for, I don't know, 15 seconds after you turn off the machine, and then it'll shut off. There you go, it's off now. So here's some of my comments. The assembly coming out of here looks really nice. They use a really nice looking black hose here. Excellent material. I actually did not need to cut it at all because I used all of it to make this routing. And that's kind of where my, one of my complaints would be. Okay, so if it were a little longer, I could have made a little cleaner line here along the roll bar. The other complaint I have is this assembly right here. It comes out and it goes backwards and then up. I get why they did that, because if you had put the filter up on top of the roll bar, then you would have to come out of here kind of like straight up to get up to the filter because you didn't have enough hose. So I get why they did that. You can see also I have a radio antenna plate mounted here on the frame, on the roll bar frame. So it was kind of in the way a little bit, but had I not had it there, it would have been a little bit nicer. But the angle still would have required me to be kind of like what I did here. Had this mount come up, I'd say between the seat and the roll bar, that would have been a cleaner line, and I probably would have used a little less tubing. So that would have been a nicer, if somehow this were swiveled 90 degrees, either towards the seat or back towards me this way, then it would have been better off. It also lines up now into my storage box area, although the storage box that I have comes basically right to the side here, so it doesn't actually interfere. But this fixed position, I would say, is just not the best in my circumstance. Again, this is stock roll cage. Maybe if you had something else, it'd be different. If the tubing had come straight up, then I don't know how I would mount it to anything. There's no bar here to be mounting it to, unless I had a cage with a tire on it or something, other rack system that came across here, and then you could have mounted it to that. So anyway, just thoughts there. It's not the best setup. I'm even considering possibly making my own elbow in here, taking it apart and buying ABS, and then making an assembly to change the angles. So giving that some thought, see if I can match up the sizes. Anyway, you can see the filter's nice and clean. Haven't had it on the road yet, I like to put my hand in front of it, and behind the fan here you can really feel the blowing air out. You can feel the suction when you have it on. Pretty cool. So I'm real excited about checking it out and seeing the differences before and after. Obviously, I think my air filter is going to see the difference, and I'll be able to hold my power up. So anyway, thanks for watching. Have fun.